So yes, welcome everyone. Um, I was shown so clearly yesterday as I was doing my end. I mean, I do an end of day meditation to just release any stresses from the day and also to recalibrate my vibrations in case they have been affected in any way. Um, and Last night when I was doing it, what I was shown was as the work that we have been doing has is having an impact in terms of connecting the dots as the world is shifting and uplifting um, to a whole new vibration. And you know, the post-COVID world, we've been anchoring stuff, and so have there are many other amazing beings, amazing people around the world that have also been doing it. Um, so there's greater resurgence of authenticity, you know, being true to our original nature, and every element, every being that makes up our planet is also reawakening to what it means to be true to their nature. So that in itself starts to create an energetic shift of our environment outside of us, and we've been doing it one by one by each one of us working with the environment within ourselves. And what I was shown was that it is there's a connective tissue that pretty much that's spread all over our bodies. And that the connective tissue that is spread all over our bodies is um, it, it's imbued with a remembrance such that if any particular organ, like, you know, forgets what it's truly about or becomes truant, which can happen sometimes in cells that multiply to become tumors or cancers, and particularly when you have an immune response, you know, the connective tissue memories can support those organs to re-remember and support the organs to recalibrate really fast. And the connective tissue, there's a lot of loss of integrity in the connective tissue that I observed when I was in my meditative state yesterday. And as a result, you know, the immune disorders have been rising in the world. And, you know, with this recent vaccination, corona, the emotional impact of, you know, the pandemic and, you know, its aftermath, um, uh, has had an impact on various organs that may have been even slightly weakened. When there is this added stress of the external environment, those organs have been impacted more strongly than before. So that we are to, you know, we are to really come together, just like we did the work on the circulatory system and the blood cells, and then and we did the work on the spleen in up leveling those for this next era. Was guided that I am to do the work on the connective tissue today. And it may take more than just today, but we'll see. We'll do the work that we are guided to do today in our Beyond Meditation. Remember, Beyond Meditation is all about the human vibe attunement being acknowledged, received, and accepted by both our soul presence and the human form. And as a result, what it does is it releases that very deep seated inner conflict of, um, of the soul feeling limited by the human body, and the human body feeling it's not quite uh, up to the mark for holding such a powerful presence as our soul presence. The human vibe attunement really brings the human body to what it is innately about. It recalibrates the human body to its innate vibration, which is love. And love is an amplifying frequency. That's all it is. What it is to be human is to be love. So the soul recognizes that and sees the human body as a very powerful, amplifying vehicle for its full expression. And that in a conflict just dissolves, and they come together initially as partners, and they harmonize and become one. So many of us who have been doing this work for a long time now. I was just looking at my YouTube channel, and it's filled with playlists of beyond meditation. Um, so we know that many of us are already in that human vibe attunement and already in that state of harmony. From time to time, that gets affected a little, but many of us are already here, which is great. So holographically, we are spreading that vibe. Um, we are going to now, the planet, our external environment is up leveling, and there are new people that are a part of this. There are new people that look at this material from time to time. For them it's the first time that they're getting into this release of that inner conflict, and for a long period of time that experience of release of that inner conflict, just by using the human vibe attunement, uh, brings us into that experience of returning home. And that in itself is really powerful. So the first thing it does is transforms that inner environment. What's happening now with this recent slipstream that we just finished, the external environment is shifting and up-leveling very fast, which is great. And we do have a physiology that makes up our human form. And like you've heard me say, we have three systems: the flow systems, the organ systems, life force systems. And dis-ease, which really is, lack of ease, first sets itself in the flow systems, and then it flows into the organ systems and life force systems. We will be doing another body of work on the life force systems in a very focused way. But today, we are going to continue our work in really up leveling the human physiology's flow systems so that they can recalibrate and be in harmony with the up leveling of what's going on in our environment. The impact of this up leveling in our environment is that if we are, remember, the other piece I talk about is full spectrum living, full spectrum um, wellness, which is a combination, which is really thriving on physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, social, and environmental cylinders. So this up leveling of the external environment, what that means is if you are very tightly attached to some old way of thinking, or are just attached to stuff that might be causing mental anguish or mental stress, what that is doing is it will have a direct impact on your physiology, with many of your systems and markers really going haywire very, very rapidly and almost like overnight. And it's literally like many physiological structures are like stretched to the brink, adapting to the external environment, and any additional trigger that takes them above their threshold could actually cause an immune response. So that is going on. The work that we are doing, supporting our own physiology to keep up with the external environment and then be able to recalibrate, given that each one of us are present in our human vibe, and the human vibe attunement is the vibrational frequency of love, which is an amplifying vibrational frequency. The effect that we allow ourselves to experience, it holographically touches many other humans that we have connected with throughout our lives. So it has an impact not just on us, but it also spreads that vibe. So it limits, reduces the number of people that may go through that kind of distress. So this is just me laying out the lay of the land. Like I've said before, I'm not a medical practitioner. I share with you, the energetic transformations that I have benefited from, and that's what I'm doing here. So let's just get going with it. We're going to work with everything that we have built up and accumulated in our fields. And we're going to tap into light, sound, and any other vibration that calls on us to serve our connective tissue. Um, Okay, so just get yourself comfortable. For the purpose of this meditation, I want you to sit upright. You can, for all the work that we are doing on our flow systems and the physiological up-leveling, you can actually rest your back. You can support your back. Mostly I say keep your back unsupported but upright. This one you can support it with a cushion if you need to. Only if you have a medical reason, you lie down. Don't be a martyr. Don't stay up. If don't say stay sitting up if you cannot. Have your feet on the ground. Have your feet this time. Just notice that your feet are about shoulder width apart, and your hands. You're just literally going to put them like a cup over your knees. Just going to put them like a cup over your knees. There's a particular energetic support that is needed for your knees. And I am at some point during this session direct, a healing light, sort of like a Reiki light, through each of your hands into your knees. But for now, you're just going to sit there. You're comfortable. You're relaxed. Your feet are not, you don't have the heels in, toes out, or anything like that. They actually are parallel to each other. There's a different type of a stretch that is experienced in our feet when we do that. Okay, the base of your spine is connected to the core of the earth. The middle of your feet are connected to the core of the earth. The angular tip of your elbows also have two cords going in. And the cords that are going down into the core of the earth from the angular tip of your elbows are hollow. So they're like little tubes that are going down into the core of the earth. And their job is to receive. They are receptors or receptacles. The rest of the cords actually release. The cords are like they are like a woven plated cords. So they're made up of lots and lots of little strings, made up of the energetic frequencies of the alloy of copper, gold, silver, and bronze. They've come together to make this perfect alloy. Gold supports your nervous system. Copper rebalances your minerals and brings back the memory into your cells so they don't start leaching minerals from other organs, but they bring back the balancing that is natural to us. Bronze connects us and centers us, remembering the divine energies that are us. Silver performs a laser focused zapping act. It zaps bacteria, fungus, parasites. So just as you're sitting here, I want you, for the purpose of this session, I want you to connect to your connective tissue. So we are, in fact, going to do a scan. We're going to begin from about 13 inches above the top of your crown. It doesn't matter if you're more comfortable with any other form of measurement, it doesn't matter. It's not exactly on the top of your crown, it's a little distance away. So 13 inches. And you're just like hovering there like a cloud. And it's a nice, fluffy Simpson cloud that is bright, white, and sunlit. And that cloud is spreading across. And it's spreading across the entire diameter of your presence. So you are standing in a column, and it's a column that has this wonderful sunlit cloud on the top. And the sunlit cloud is the one that is we are going to use as a device as we scan our bodies. And you're going to work with this cloud, and it's starting to travel down. And as it's traveling down, it is automatically scanning. And in its scanning, it is actually releasing. It is releasing any energies that no longer serve you, any presences that are being zapped by silver, they are being released. Any debris that is collected in between your brain lobes, that is also being released. Any fogginess or cloudiness or pressure or tension on any of your nerves, that is being released. Just keep working your way down. You're there somewhere around your chin region. Our gums, our teeth accumulate so much stuff that can prevent us from experiencing the fullness of coming alive. They also are a very good indicator and a symptom of what's going on. And they are also in the mouth. The cavity of the mouth has 62,000 termination points of our nadi channels. So all of that is being scanned, and through the scanning, there's a release that takes place of that which is no longer required and that no longer serves. You're going down to your throats, to your shoulders, to the front of your chest, underneath your chest, in the front of your waist, the back of your middle back. The cloud is a cloud, so it just doesn't, it's just going all the way through your entire body. And a release is taking place. You're going down, working your way down. You're there by your navel and your sacral chakras, your abdominal cavity, your pelvic girdle, all the organs in between, all the connective tissue as well as the makeup of the various systems, skeletal, lymphatic, circulatory, endocrine, all of those. The cloud is just working its way through cell by cell, picking up and removing and releasing. You're now going to your thighs, the back of your thighs, that whole region of your leg. You're working your way down to the knees, the back of your knees. Some of you may feel a surge of heat. Some of you may feel a surge of cold feeling in your biceps. Work your way down to your shin and your calf muscles and everything in between. Top of your ankles, the base of your feet, the top of your feet, the base of your feet, the top of your toes, the tips of your toes. And we're just going to spend some time with this release cloud and the base of your feet. Again, it's a major termination point of every meridian that makes up your entire system, and every organ has a presence in your feet. What you do with your feet directly impacts the health and vitality of your organs. You may feel some tension in your neck. Allow that tension to release. If you need to move your head down, you can very gently, just to allow any tension build up on the back of your neck to release. Lift your head back up. You're in the center. Release has taken place. The cloud just melts away and it's absorbed by the earth. You are clear. You are present. Now, the tip of the elbows open up their valve to receive. They are receiving healing light. It's a golden light. It also is a golden light that is coming up with a connection of sparkles. And these sparkles are of a particular frequency. They're being released from this crystal, which is a diamond crystal that is at the core of the molten lava of the earth. That healing light with its crystals is traveling up your elbows, and it is starting to travel into every cell of your body. As every cell starts to light up, the sparkles that came up latch onto any one or several of the connective tissues. And the moment they do that, they create tracks of sparkles that I can see with each of your physical presences. This track of sparkles starts to show where there are points of weakness or points of blocks. Sparkles are spreading across, and you feel an inner light that is starting to shine bright. And it doesn't feel like it's your light, but there is illumination nonetheless. It is the lighting up of this mesh of connective tissue by this healing light. So as the connective tissue has several nodes that make up the connections. So as you're focusing your attention, and I want to focus your attention on your breath. And this time you're breathing in and you're breathing out, and you're noticing the breath from your nose by focusing your attention just in that area below the nostrils. You're making that beautiful physiological connection with your breath. What we are born with is breath. Defines us in our human form. So making this connection with your breath, you're actually sending a message to every organ in your body, every cell in your body that makes up those organs, and the various systems that support these organs, that there is breath inside. There is breath inside. Because with the breath comes oxygen, and it activates a release of carbon dioxide. All we are to remember is that there is breath inside. You're focusing your attention there, and I'm working with the nodules of your connective tissues. Just allowing this wonderful light with sparkles, particularly the sparkles, to go and lodge themselves in the nodular structures that make up our connective tissue. As the sparkles do that, they light up. They're a bit like when the doctor checks your tonsils, they use this very bright light. This light is like that. The nodules, the sparkles are lighting up, and where they're lighting up, we can see where the points of diminishing light is, where there is darkness, where there is complete blockage. You just remain focused on connecting to your breath and sending that message to your cells, and there is breath inside. So as you do that message transmission, we are able to pull up healing, the golden healing energy from our earth. We're able to pull that up and send it into those areas which are blocked, where the vitality is diminished. And today I'm really working on looking at the entire connective tissue arena in a holistic way. And we're just going to get the connective tissue in its innate vibration reconnected to the notion of its own light, and some parts of it being perfectly healed and other parts remembering what they are about. It is the connective tissue that gives us that vibration of connectedness. It is a connective tissue that connects the perfect workings of each of the different organs. It is the connective tissue that brings the remembrance back of what the originating intent is of each organ, of each of our systems. Just has to literally spark up that remembrance, and the organs start to recalibrate. So we are working with the connective tissue as a blanket, getting it to remember what its innate vibration is. And its originating intent is to foster, facilitate, and enable connectedness. Keep that connection to your breath. As you feel that breath going in and the breath out coming out, say to yourself, and there is breath inside. What we are doing by saying that, we are infusing a cellular remembrance of that process of breath. breathing in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide. Breathing in love, kindness, and compassion, and breathing out gratitude and peace. And we're doing that, lodging it at a cellular level, reawakening every cell in our being. Now, you can focus your attention in your heart. As you breathe in, you're going to breathe into your heart. And as you're connecting to the heart, I'm actually connecting you to the plethora of connective tissue that is there, that surrounds the heart, as well as the concentration of nerves, neurons, that whole nervous system infrastructure that makes the heart your second brain. And there is breath inside. You're breathing in love, kindness, and compassion. And you're breathing out gratitude and peace. And you're saying to yourself, and there is breath inside. You work your way down, and you're actually going in the region just underneath your skin. And your attention now is traveling through the entire expanse of your skin. It's a few kilometers. With every breath you take, it's just flushing away and flushing this region underneath the skin with oxygen. Now I am bringing in this healing light from the cosmos. It's actually a light which is a very deeper color of gold, very yellowy orange gold, with pockets of pearlesque white light, and really focusing. It's as if I'm shining a beam on the back of your hands as your hands are cupping your knees. That light is entering your knees. It's entering your knees, and it is starting to spread across all of the connective tissue, and it is lining up the inside of your skin. It's as if wherever we have skin, just underneath it is this light. And it's a light of perfect well-being. It's a light of compassion. It's a light that illuminates the love that we are, the love that resides inside of us. And we feel a wave of illumination, illuminating every cell in our presence. With that illumination, we are able to see any points of darkness in our connective tissue as a contrast. All we are going to do now is to go to that region and just wrap it up very gently. Wrap it up very gently with this light. And whether you're doing it or not, I'm doing it.
you just allow yourself to be in the presence of this light entering your body. Some parts of your skin may twitch a little. Some may feel they're being stretched. Some may feel that you wish to, you know, like squeeze them. That's all fine. Just respond to your own sensations and experience this light going in to regions where a tissue of our skin may not even be visible to us, but it is there. The skin is an important organ that is used in many reconstructive surgeries. If you have had any of those, like an umbilical hernia or anything else, the skin is there, so this beautiful light is going in there too. This light will continue to be with you, and it is like an auto dissolve. When your connective tissues are fully illuminated and return to perfect, pristine health, this light will dissolve away. The connective tissues themselves will be illuminated and lit up and alive. The connective tissues are now also spreading through your nervous system. They're spreading into the connections between the different organs. And this light that we've just anchored underneath our skin, as well as the additional spark or sparkle of remembrance, they are just traveling through the tracks in the connective tissue and going to the organs, making those connections. When you have an immune system response, it is this connective tissue connections that get damaged. And therefore, the remembrance returning back takes a long time. We are bringing about that connectedness. The spleen plays a very important role when it comes to the immune system, as do our lungs and our small intestines. So we are allowing our connective tissue to travel. And it's really a channel of travel for this light. It's like a relay. It's being handed over from one node to another, from one nodule to another. It's working its way through. Yes, yes, and yes. Now we connect to your own inner light. That is your unique illumination. You will notice that the spark of your own inner illumination starts to shine, and it's shining so brightly. It's created a wonderful terrain and an inner environment for different colors to come in therapeutically to support your own recalibration. Blue is featuring its kingfisher blue, like very powerful blue. Then there is a midnight blue, it's royal blue, sky blue, baby blue. And it brings with it its base colors of green and yellow, spreading across your entire connective tissue. If you feel you need to go to the bathroom, please do that, because this connection is somehow opening up a very comfortable flow of fluid within our bodies. There is warmth where there needs to be warmth. There is a fire-like heat where there needs to be a fire-like heat. And there is cool, cool, cool presence. And it even feels cold in certain regions where a freezing out is required. The connective tissues are reawakened to their originating intent to facilitate, orchestrate, anchor, and amplify connectedness. We've made the connection to our connective tissue. We've lodged certain lights. We've reawakened the connection between your connective tissue and your organs and the various systems that make up your physiology. And now we are ready to infuse all of this with the human vibe of love. Love as an amplifying vibrational frequency. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. When you think you've finished breathing out, just breathe out some more. Return to a big inhale and notice that the chambers of your lung sac are opening up, plumping up, and flushing up with this fabulous intake of oxygen. And as you breathe out, notice that the breath out is being released. And in its doing so, your cells are breathing in and out. You got into the wonderful rhythm that is unique to each one of you. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Now we will go into the 9-4-6 breath, which aligns all of your 13 chakras. Breathe into the count of 9, hold to the count of 4, breathe out to the count of 6. Breathe into the count of 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to go into the human vibe attunement, anchoring ourselves at a tissue by tissue level, cell by cell level in the human vibe attunement. I acknowledge myself as a human. Feel the power in this acknowledgement delivered harmoniously with your soul presence and the human body acting as one. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. Feel the amplification of love. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Feel the fragility of the human form disappear as it is infused with the remembrance of its eternal, limitless, indestructible presence as the expression for our soul being. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I anchor the human within humanity. I anchor the human within humanity. I anchor the human within humanity. With reclaiming your position of worthiness and honor, to be able to anchor the human within humanity, you are creating an expansiveness in your connective tissue presence. So, whatever the damage may be, whatever the loss of integrity may be, it is being filled up with the sparkling light as well as the light that is underlying your skin now. Unique combination of healing from the cosmos. That same light is now lodged in that dip of your palm, and it has been anchored with your knees. So anytime you feel you wish to comfort yourself or feel you wish to heal yourself in some way, you can go back, put your palms on your knees, and it will activate this light, and then you can take your hands and put them wherever you want. Take your hands in front of your chest. Rub them against each other. As you're rubbing them, feel the entire palm rubbing itself. The entire palm. You're infusing a fabulous yumminess vibe through your entire connective tissue. It's just brimming with the wonderfulness of connectedness and connections. Now put this, hold in a namaste, honoring the divinity in you as you honor the divinity in others and all living beings. Put your hands over your eyes, open your eyes. Dab your hands over your face. Take them on top of your crown, the back of your head, down your neck, down your shoulders, and just release to an energy sweep and blow. I know it was a very long meditation. I guess the connective tissue is that expansive. So if you have to be somewhere, please go ahead and, you can leave the meeting. If you are in a trance, remain there. If you are indeed awake and available, then please share your completion words. Have them be the vibration that we are anchoring in the post-COVID world. Feeling so connected. Thank you. Connected. Great. Just experience that connectedness within you. And I look forward to our session in a few hours, which is at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. It is our next pearl of wisdom, and it is on optimism. And what we are talking about today is the 7 secrets that are unlocked by optimism. And that's what we'll be talking about. It's pretty yummy, but quite exquisite. So if you are able to join us for that. It is the same Zoom link. It's 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 6 a.m. Indian time. For me, it'll be 2:30 in the morning here in Germany. So it's one of those magical days. Wow, look at these words. Amazed at this experience. Gentle and complete. Loving kindness, beautiful majesty, amazing worthiness, exquisite expansion, connectivity rocks. Yes, co-creation, collaboration, coexistence. Thank you. Mynoo, it's really nice to see you here. It would be great. Meena knows your number, so maybe we can add you to our WhatsApp group. So, if you can share that, then we can be in touch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you in a few hours if you're going to join me there. Otherwise, I'll see you on Saturday for Beyond Meditation. Thank you. Feels amazing. Wow. It's really great. Bye-bye.